Okay, so I'm quoting from Tertullian, who's a good guy. He's speaking against Marcion the heretic. He says, the separation of law and gospel is the primary and principal exploit of Marcion. For such are Marcion's antitheses, or contrary oppositions, which are designed to show the conflict and disagreement of the gospel and the law, so that from the diversity of principles between those two documents, they may argue further for a diversity of gods. So there was a God of the Old Testament, and there's a God of the New Testament. Now again, no Christian would ever teach that. But how many times have you come across people, they're like, well, yeah, but that was the Old Testament. You know, God back then was kind of a meanie. He really wasn't that nice. But the God of the New Testament, oh man, he's so good, he's so loving. And we're just so glad that we have grace now, like God wasn't gracious before. So these ideas really find their origin in Marcion. Therefore, as it is precisely this separation of law and gospel which has suggested a God of the gospel other than and in opposition to the God of the law. I don't know about you, but I heard this sermon many times at many churches. All good people, godly people, they're in love with Jesus, and yet this is the kind of mentality that happened all the time. He goes on to say that Marcion was only professedly following the Creator as being his Christ in this very hatred of the Sabbath. Why do most Christians hate the Sabbath? You can thank Marcion for that. Thanks, Marcion. He was radically and rabidly anti-Jewish. Now again, I don't think that everything the Jews did was right, but this attitude of hating Jewish things and hating this whole idea of the Jewishness in the Bible, that comes from Marcion. Maybe others felt that way as well, but Marcion really brought it to us.